Hello and welcome to the Professional Business Connections. I'm Laura Viskovich and I'm a little bit excited to introduce you today to Jarrod Jennings from Jennings and Medura Family Law. Welcome to the show.
Hi, how are you?
I'm wonderful.
Good,
I just love your energy, by the way.
Thank you.
It's wonderful. So how did you get into family law?
Really, a long time ago, I got out of doing what my prior life was, which was music, and decided I wanted to try something different. Where was my skill set? Where was some of my background? I did a lot of public speaking and dramatic arts back in high school. I thought I'd give law a try, so I got in as a paralegal at the Legal Aid Society in about 1,000 years ago, and was doing paralegal work in a low-income domestic violence and domestic law area, helping those people in that situation. Liked it, decided I wanted to be the guy, signing the papers rather than just the guy drafting them and handing them out. And so, yeah, I went back to law school and yeah.
Here we are.
Here I am, yeah.
So how do you build your business? Where do you get your...
I mean, honestly, this, in law, it's kind of a weird thing because we almost have an adage. We do have an adage, unofficial by the way, in the family law community that if you're looking to hire an attorney who's on page 1 of Google, run, because that's a person who's relying way too much on the internet, and,
right.
the most of the attorneys out there that are really successful in family law, it's just word of mouth.
Right.
It really is,
Okay.
which is one of the reasons I got involved in BNI, is because I like the idea that it's basically word of mouth, which is kind of how it works in family law anyway.
Right, so BNI Utah North,
Yeah.
Which chapter are you in?
I'm in the Generosity Downtown chapter, we're the only downtown chapter.
Okay, great. So how did you find them? Did you look around?
No, not really. I didn't know it existed. But my partner and I, Cassie Medura, we used to. Our offices originally were in this building that on the same floor, another attorney was there, a bankruptcy attorney named Sarah Larson, awesome, who just came up to me one day and said, "Hey, how much of your business is done by referrals?" Mm-hmm. I said, 100%, because at that time we didn't even have a website.
Wow.
There was no web presence, no nothing.
Wow.
Literally all the clients we had with us were from the clients that we took from both of our prior firms, big firms that we left, and then just word of mouth, friends and family, you know what I mean? And so she said, you want to come to a meeting, want to come to a BNI meeting? And I'm like, what's BNI? And then the rest is history, so yeah.
Great, so you went and I guess it was the energy of the room that you liked?
Absolutely, yeah, and I had my trepidations like anybody, like, what was it about? And I think the first day I got there, they were swearing someone in, and I was like, this is a little weird. What are we doing? This seems like we're talking about the law of the pack. This seems Boy Scouty. It was weird, but
right.
But I found it was, but I loved that it was really structured.
Yeah.
Right. Everyone was really enthusiastic, and everyone was really serious about what they were doing too.
Right.
And I was really impressed, by the fact that people would show up with that kind of energy, giving actual testimonials, giving giving each other a lot of support. Mm-hmm. I had done some other personal trainings myself and some personal growth and philosophical readings with people that had a saying in those contexts for years that said, givers gain. And then when I found out the motto BNI was givers gain, I was like, oh, this isn't an accident.
Right.
Yeah, I was
very
like,
cool.
Too weird. Yeah, that it was exactly that. It's because I've really eschewed that model, embraced that
Do
my
you
whole
feel
life.
that givers gain is the secret sauce to why this particular networking model works?
That and organization.
Right. Okay.
That and having a solid system. Yep. So it's great to have mottos, and bumper sticker, philosophy is awesome. But if you don't do anything other than stick it on your bumper sticker and drive off and don't care, don't try, right. Don't organize those thoughts into some action. It's just a bumper sticker,
Right.
So it's not just that, it's trying to break that down and say, okay, exactly how do we organize that concept into a system of action and implement it? Because that's the only time anything actually gets done is when you take action on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I hear that BNI has a really good training system. So the what's it called, the Member Success Program.
Yeah, MSP. Yeah.
You attended that?
I did. That was also transformative for me because I resisted. Oh man, did I resist going.
Oh.
I didn't want to go. I so didn't want to go. Oh, this sounds boring. And then I saw the agenda and I'm like, oh my God, kill me. This seems so unbelievably boring.
Oh.
It was up at the up on Okara at the University of Utah.
Yeah.
Park. They rented out one of the big auditoriums there. And I got there and man, by the end of it, I was like, I was wrong. This is awesome. This is great.
Right.
They had so many speakers up there that were helping support and organize the program. People that are still associated with BNI. That would a laundry list of names and information would take too long to go into. Suffice it to say, a lot of these people were, professional coaches.
Okay.
That was part of what their business was, what they were doing with BNI,
Right.
and BNI empowered them. And likewise, they were empowering BNI back by sharing their gift of being able to help train people. And that was, it was pretty profound.
Fantastic.
It's an awesome training.
Yeah, so in this training you learn on how to do one-on-ones, how to give referrals,
All
that
kinds
kind
of
of
stuff.
thing?
Yeah, the basic basics, like how to do a one-on-one, which is really about, how to really get to know someone. And I think, for me, the one-on-ones really are actually the key to
Yeah.
networking.
Yeah.
The actual action within the chapter, your chapter activity every week is the most critical for me, is that one-on-one, because I can't tell you the number of times I've been to a chapter with an individual who'd be a member of my chapter for months, right? Giving my one-on-ones, giving my rah-rah speeches, shout-outs, supporting people, stuff like that, doing trainings, things like that, and then, and never had anything to do with a referral from that person. The person never referred anyone to me. I have a one-on-one with them. Less than a week later, I got a referral from that person.
Oh,
that
wow.
happens a lot. People
Yeah.
you'll be in the chapter with for 6 months
Yeah.
and just never get around to doing a one-on-one with them.
Right.
And then you do a one-on-one with them, man, bam! All of a sudden
Yeah.
they've got a referral and it's not because they haven't known probably for a while that they had someone that they might be willing to give to. Especially in my profession, doing family law, I think
Right.
it's critical.
Right.
There's a lot of trust and risk. There's risk for them.
Yeah.
In giving such an important event, such as their sister's divorce or their wife's custody battle
Right.
over to me. It's not like getting a haircut.
Right. Yeah.
It's important.
Yeah.
If I screw it up, it's a big deal for them.
Yeah.
So that's really critical. So that one-on-one is what pushed them most times over the edge to say, okay, I trust this guy. He knows what he's doing. They believed in my character enough, and vice versa. I had that effect with me.
Yeah.
Several members that I was like, I don't know. And then I'd meet with them and go, no, I'm wrong. This guy's great. Yeah,
Right.
gonna go with him.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in this training, you learn on how to do one-on-ones, how to give referrals,
All
that
kinds
kind
of
of
stuff.
thing.
Yeah, the basic basics. Like how to do a one-on-one, which is really about how to really get to know someone. And I think for me, the one-on-ones really are actually the key to
Yeah.
networking.
Yeah.
The actual action within the chapter, your chapter activity every week is the most critical for me, is that one-on-one, because I can't tell you the number of times I've been to a chapter with an individual who'd be a member of my chapter for months, right? Giving my one-on-ones, giving my rah-rah speeches, shout-outs, supporting people, stuff like that, doing trainings, things like that, and then, and never had anything to do with a referral from that person. The person never referred anyone to me. I have a one-on-one with them. Less than a week later, I got a referral from that person.
Oh,
that
wow.
happens a lot. People
Yeah.
you'll be in the chapter with for 6 months
Yeah.
and just never get around to doing a one-on-one with them.
Right.
And then you do a one-on-one with them, man, bam! All of a sudden
Yeah.
they've got a referral and it's not because they haven't known probably for a while that they had someone that they might be willing to give to. Especially in my profession, doing family law, I think
Right.
it's critical.
Right.
There's a lot of trust and risk. There's risk for them.
Yeah.
In giving such an important event, such as their sister's divorce or their wife's custody battle
Right.
over to me. It's not like getting a haircut.
Yeah.
It's important.
Yeah.
If I screw it up, it's a big deal for them.
Yeah.
So that's really critical. So that one-on-one is what pushed them most times over the edge to say, okay, I trust this guy. He knows what he's doing. They believed in my character enough, and vice versa. I had that effect with me.
Yeah.
Several members that I was like, I don't know. And then I'd meet with them and go, no, I'm wrong. This guy's great. Yeah,
Right.
gonna go with him.
Right.
Yeah.
So if there's someone out there who's also in family law, and they're looking for a networking group, would that be beneficial for them to join another chapter?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
I'm well, for me right now, I'm unfortunately the only attorney in my group. Well, no, that's not true. We have one other attorney in our group. She has a contract, who is awesome, by the way. But there was a time when we had as many as 3 attorneys in our group, and we all got more referrals from that. The number one place attorneys get referrals is other attorneys. They actually teach this at the bar in CLEs and continuing legal education. They encourage you to do that because they know, the bar knows, most experienced seasoned attorneys know that one of the biggest sources of referrals is other attorneys who are not doing what you do.
Right.
I mean, sometimes you get some from colleagues that are in family law as well. Hey, I've got a conflict, or hey, it's from my wife, so I can't be the lawyer. That's happened to me. But most times it's, my friends in the bar that are, estate planning attorneys, or they're criminal attorneys or whatever, and they don't do family law, or they used to do family law, and we had a case together and they got out of it because they're sane. They went to do another area of law, and now they're giving me all their family law work because they remember me and like me. And so that's the biggest source of referrals, I think, for attorneys is other attorneys who are doing something different. And everyone has got clients, and good lawyers have clients that think, wow, my attorney did such a great job in organizing my business startup or helping me with this personal injury case. I wonder if they do divorce work, because I'd love to hire him, or her, and then they look at her and go, hey, do you do divorce work too? And she will wisely look at them and say, no, I don't do divorce work, but I've got my good friend Jarrod who does, and she go talk to him.
Right.
And that's how that works. And so in BNI, I would have 20 attorneys in my chapter. I mean, literally, I'd have an attorney for literally every area of law in my chapter if I could.
Okay, great.
That'd be awesome.
So you're the only one in your chapter at the moment, and if there is
in family law,
family law.
Yes, there's one other attorney that's doing contract work.
Okay, great.
Yes.
So if there's someone out there looking for a networking group, what would the tip and trick from Jarrod be?
a BNI chapter. I just go visit. It's free.
Yeah.
There's a free chapter. There's a free gathering of people, oftentimes with coffee and or maybe donuts, right? Who are willing to just let you come hang out with them while they try to support each other and grow your business, not theirs, yours. You know what I mean? And everyone has that mentality, and they're saying, hey, we've got an organized system how to do it. We have a gazillion hours worth of online training for free and all this other stuff. I almost think that one of the weaknesses of BNI is that it's that so much is free. You know what I mean? And because so much is free, it's it's almost like if you don't invest a little bit into it, it's not people don't value it. But the actual membership does cost a pittance, relative to what you gain back. And again, I think that's also an important value. You've got to pay something in order to make it worthwhile.
Yeah.
If people have nothing invested, they walk out.
Absolutely. So how long have you been in BNI for, Jarrod?
Going on 8 years. 8 years. So I'll be going on my 9th year next year. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So looking back at the journey really quickly, has there been a nice little stepping stone, like the more you learn, the more
well, I actually left BNI at one point.
Right.
I left because my initial chapter was the Wasatch chapter.
Yeah.
And physically it was the opposite direction of my work, and so it was just kind of hard to get to. And the time frame, they started a little bit later than our chapter does in the morning, and so there are some real pragmatic time constraints and geographic constraints that let me to leave it. I got back in when a downtown chapter opened, and that same person, Sarah Larson, said, hey, we're opening a downtown chapter, because she left for the same reason, again, geography and where we were working. And I really missed it. I missed it, and I did see a drop off. So not huge, but I did see a drop off in my business. Yeah. And so I liked it, and I liked the idea of going to a chapter in the same direction as my work. I think that everyone should do that as well. I think that you'll find that if the chapter is not somehow workable into your schedule, it's difficult to stay a part of it. A lot of people would leave because they aspirationally told themselves, no, I can drive 2 hours on a Tuesday morning to this place. And 6 months in, when you have the regular highs and lows and valleys and ebbs and tides of the practice, they don't and feel like it, and it's easy to quit. So it's hard to quit when it's convenient and it's not that difficult and it's really not that big of a commitment, and you're actually seeing results.
Perfect.
The biggest thing I would tell people who are joining a chapter is, it is farming, it's not hunting. If you're expecting to show up for 6 months and double your business, you're kidding yourself. But that first year is actually, my first year was okay. I was fortunate, but I was definitely ahead of the curve.
Right.
My first year, but my second year definitely noticed more, and this last year I've we've done some good business. I won't give numbers on there, but it does some pretty good business. And I mean, 17% of all my clients, new clients, this year alone were BNI.
Wow.
Which, if you could tell somebody, hey, would you like to, improve your revenue and the number of people coming to see you by 17% alone this year, you'd take that. I mean, if you had a stock return that gave you 17%, people would be going, run, you're in a Ponzi scheme. You think the SEC could be knocking on your door saying something illegal is happening. So.
Right. Well, thanks so much, Jarrod. I
Absolutely.
could listen to you all day.
And I could talk all day, and I'm sorry.
I love it. I love it.
Thank
Never
you so
be
much.
sorry for talking. Thank you
All
for
right.
sharing your story. And that
Thanks so
is Jarrod, everyone. Wow, what a journey from music to family law. And we'll see you on the next episode of the Professional Business Connections.